Welcome to another episode of Millennial Mindset. We are your host. I'm Brian.
I'm Dalton.
We're going to have fun on tonight's episode, guys. We're going to change it up, and we're bringing you your very first question and answer Q&A.
We got some questions from you guys in our DMs, so we're going to go ahead and answer those for you guys.
So let's get right into it. Number one, what was your guys' motivation to start Millennial Mindset? Well, we started pretty much around the new year, and Dalton and I hang out quite a bit. If you guys don't know, I know this is going to be one of the next questions, but Dalton is my girlfriend's cousin, and that's kind of how we met. But he used to come over and we'd have a couple drinks and we would just start talking the power of the mind. We start talking positivity. We would start talking about our dreams and our desires, and we would get like so passionate about it. And I go, why don't we just help as many people as possible as well? Like, why don't we try to deliver this message? I feel like there's some value in this content. Why don't we use social media, YouTube primarily, to get this content out and try to motivate and inspire others as well?
Yeah, I always wanted to start a podcast or something. I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what to do it about. I wasn't honestly that confident to do it, but having you on it with me is a lot easier to have someone on with you. And I'm like all about serving others, and I think that's really the purpose of life, is serving others and providing as much value as you can. And this is a great vehicle to do that, is to share our knowledge with you guys, and hopefully it helps one of you guys' lives and changes it.
And it's funny too, because I remember like years ago, Dalton's really into like nutrition and fitness. Mm-hmm. And I would always say, Dalton, create a YouTube channel right now, create a YouTube channel.
That's coming, guys.
And he goes, well, why don't you create a YouTube channel for your business? So it's
so
like,
we just started it together.
Yeah. So we just started together, but we're having fun with it. And we hope that this motivates you just to take action. You know, Dalton and I just took action. It was imperfect action. I feel like we are getting better, and it is fun. Mm-hmm. But we're growing and we're learning so much along this journey.
Yeah.
Number two
is, how did you two meet?
So I kind of touched on this in the answer to question number one, but Dalton is my girlfriend's cousin, and we met 5 years ago?
Almost.
Yeah, pretty close to 5 years. But it was at your great grandma Swana's house.
We're helping her move out her stuff into storage.
Was that the first time? I thought it was maybe around the holidays.
Yeah, we met at like Christmas and stuff, but that was the first time we actually had a conversation. And
I remember I met your dad for the first time, and he was like, oh, you played baseball? My son played baseball. You got to meet him. And it was like in the living room, and we just started talking, and we started talking about like positivity and like mindset. I remember I was like, have you read Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah.
And then we just started talking about that and like just some of the beliefs that we share. And then here we are 5 years later, starting our podcast. So it's kind of crazy how life works out.
It's happening when two like-minded people get together, and two is greater than, what's that? How's that saying go?
Two minds
is greater, is the sum of two minds is greater than
one mind.
I don't know. However that goes.
Anyway, so number three, go ahead and read this one, Dalton.
I'm looking to start a podcast. Where did you guys purchase your setup? By the way, keep up the great content.
You skipped number three, but we'll get to number four. But anyway, so number four, I'm looking to start a podcast. Where did you purchase your setup? By the way, keep up the great content. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying our content. Guys. And please, if you guys find this video fun, please share it, subscribe, and like it. Where did we get our setup?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Where you get everything nowadays.
Exactly. It was like, I didn't know any of this stuff. And if you guys could, maybe one day we'll do like a complete breakdown of our whole setup. But I had like no background or knowledge about like any of this stuff. I thought we just had to get a microphone. We're good to go. But I ended up figuring out that we had to have the mixer. We had to get all these cables. We had to get the set up for our headphones. We had to buy all these cords, and when you get these boxes, it comes with no instructions. Mm-hmm. And so we were going back and forth for like a month of YouTube videos every single day. I even called the manufacturer for our mixer, and I don't even because I didn't even know what the things on this mixer. I don't even know how to describe it, but I didn't even know like any of the things. So I'm trying to describe it over the phone to customer service. And this guy probably thought I was the biggest dummy because I had no idea what I was talking about, but we finally figured it out. But we just went on Amazon and we just typed in 4-person podcast kit.
Well, the funny thing is I'm more of the person that's like, you got a phone and that records your voice. You don't have to have all this setup to start a podcast. All you really need is your iPhone. And you can even buy a cheap microphone for an iPhone for like $30 or whatever. Yeah. So I was kind of going towards that route. Like, we don't have to invest all this money and all this stuff. But then you came up with the idea, like, if we're going to start it, let's do it the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you did that, because
if you're going to do something, do it the right way. Yeah. My dad taught me that. Just do it the right way, because it's going to come out that much better and you're going to appreciate it in the long run. Mm-hmm. And I went to Best Buy like 1,000 times too. Shout out to Best Buy. But I had to just buy so much stuff that was compatible for everything. We even went to like Walmart a million times to like go find these different cables. But I'm glad it's all working, and so far we got the hang of it. If you guys have noticed, Dalton does all our editing on our social media. So give him a thumbs up, because our videos recently, the pictures and the videos, all the editing has come such a long way from our very first video. So thank you so much for that. And we have collaborated, but Dalton does edit that. So give him a thumbs up.
So number 3,
well, 4, yeah.
is, how old are you?
I am 28.
I'm 24, almost 25.
Next question. What do you two do for a living?
First?
Yeah, I'm in real estate. It's pretty simple. Nothing too crazy.
I work for my family company. It's a construction company. We rent out backhoe equipment or construction heavy equipment, stuff like that. But that's kind of my just day-to-day job, just to pay the bills, get by, and have saved some money, invest it. And my main goal is investing in real estate, starting a real estate company, and then obviously personal training, stuff like that. I am a personal trainer, and I will be starting a YouTube channel for that soon. But yeah, my main goal is be a real estate investor and educate this kind of stuff, educate people, teach people, inspire people.
Number 6, how do you control negative people and criticism? I think I've always said, you can't control what other people do, say, or how they're going to react. The only thing you can control is what you do, what you say, how you react, and your thoughts and your emotions. Mm-hmm. So once I've learned that and internalized that, it's made life a lot easier, because when I was younger, I always took criticism pretty hard and it just would bother me a lot. And now I've just realized that, like I said, you just can't control what others are going to do. You can't control what other people are going to say. So CTC, control the controllable. The controllable is yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, your words.
Remember, guys, they don't build statues out of critics. So you're going to get criticized no matter what, especially if you're doing stuff like this. If you're doing podcasts, putting yourself out there, you're going to get criticism. And you just can't let it affect you. The most freeing thing you can think is when someone criticizes you, it's not necessarily they're criticizing you, it's their own life, things they've experienced in their own life, their judgments, they're casting that onto you. So I don't even take it personally necessarily. Yeah.
And like the thing is, we are truly coming from a good place. And Dalton and I are just doing this, like I said, to help as many people as possible and to inspire people, to motivate people to live their very best life, to become the best version of themselves that they possibly can be. And so since we're doing the very best we can and we're trying to help as many people, I think that's what makes it easier for us as well. And we do get positive feedback. We get a lot more positive feedback than negative feedback.
And you can't please everyone. Like, there's going to be people that hate us and there's going to be people that love us, just like everyone else in life. Every hugely successful, even Jesus had people that hated him, but people that follow him. So you just kind of have to understand that.
Number 7, this is you, Dalton.
Why should we listen to you and your advice. Well, you guys don't have to listen to us. Our job, we're not hugely we don't run a $100 million company or anything like that, but we share our knowledge and we're constantly trying to better ourselves and going down that path. And we listen to a lot of people high up there, and we listen to our mentors, and we share that knowledge with you guys. We're completely honest with you guys. We're 100% authentic. So we're not claiming to be experts in all of this. This is our journey, and we're taking you guys along our journey with us, and we hope that we can help you guys along the way.
Number 8, I see that your following is still small, although one video is approaching 1,000 views, but growing quickly. How did you two manage that quick success? Well, thank you for that question. And that video that you mentioned, it's actually Dalton's sister, the Yellow Power Ranger. And go on our page and go to one of our past videos. It's called
our second or third one.
Yeah, it was Morphin Time with the Yellow Power Ranger. And I know she has a huge fan base. And thank you to all of you guys that are tuning into our channel as well. We really do appreciate it. So we just I know she had a great story. And so we just wanted to get her on the podcast. And Ciara, thank you so much. If you are watching this episode, we're going to have you on future episodes. So thank you so much for agreeing to get you on our podcast. But just from that, we kept putting out content, and we just were consistent with it. And I think that's with anything in life, the more you put into anything and the more effort you put into it, you're going to see success. It may not be quick, and we're nowhere close to where we want to be, because I feel like we can grow this to far beyond what I think we're capable of even achieving. I think we can surpass that greatly. But like just going into this, one of our goals, our short-term goal, was just to help one person. And within our first episode, we already had people reaching out to us. I know on past episodes, I talked about how I had one of my buddies from middle school reach out to me, or elementary school reach out to me, saying that he was going through a tough time, and thank you so much for putting this content out, motivating him and to keep positive. And I go, Dalton, well, we just achieved our job. Let's go out and help a lot more people. Let's go help 100 people. If we surpass that, let's go help 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people. Let's see how far we can get this thing.
All right, number 9. You two preach reading. What book would you recommend?
I have so many books. I would recommend The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. And it's an easy read. It's a quick read. It's enjoyable to read. I've read it several times, and I read it really, really quickly. Pick it up. I think you can pick it up on Amazon. 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I have a bookshelf of books that I love, but some 3 that I think are really powerful. One is The Tongue, A Creative Force. I mentioned it in a previous episode. It just shows the power of the words you say and the power of God's word. And then Talent is Overrated. I forgot the author, but it's about how it's not necessarily not everyone's born with talent. Most people aren't, actually. The most successful people, like Tiger Woods, the reason he's so good at what he does is because from the time he was a baby, he's been obsessed with golf, and just deliberate practice and repetitive, just never giving up. That's what makes you great at anything. And it shows that we can all be great at anything, no matter what. We just have to put in the time. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. You have to just put in the time, and you can master it. And then the last one is Willpower is Not Enough. That one's about how the importance of your environment. Your environment is so crucial. Your willpower is just not enough. Your environment will dictate your success or not.
We should do a future episode on the books that we recommend, because we have so many of them. Yeah. So we'll do a future episode on that, guys. Last question. If you could move anywhere, where would that be? Honestly, I love Orange County. We live in Southern California. I've traveled to so many different parts of the world, and they are awesome, and I love that I got to experience that. But I couldn't see myself living anywhere else other than Orange County.
Yeah, same here. It has to be somewhere by the beach. So probably Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
Maybe Dana Point. And then I love Scottsdale.
Arizona's nice.
I love Scottsdale.
I don't know, California, because we have San Diego, is about an hour and a half south. We have LA, hour 15 minutes north. So you got, I'm a huge baseball fan, so you got the Dodgers. Angels literally across the street. We got the Padres in San Diego. And then you have Palm Springs, I love the desert, which is an hour and a half away. And then you got the mountains, which is about an hour and a half away.
I like living near a body of water, whether it's the ocean or a lake. I love going to Lake Havasu. That's probably my favorite, or Lake Powell.
Yeah.
But that or the ocean.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the first episode of Q&A with Bryan and Dalton. If you guys like this, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you're new, and share our videos. We would really, really appreciate it. And thank you guys for our followers. We really, really have gratitude for all of you.
Thank you guys for the questions. If you guys have more questions so we can do more of these videos, shoot us a DM, message us, leave comments, and we want to do more of these for sure.
Absolutely. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of Millennial Mindset. Take care.
Thanks, guys.